need to give yourself every advantage. How you store and organize firearms in your home determines your security, safety, and ability to defend yourself and your family. And big traditional heavy gun safes really work against you. My name's Tom Kubanek. For the last 20 years, I've designed and built weapon storage systems for the U.S. military. We do Army Special Forces, I do SEAL teams, Rapid Response teams, and Marine Corps Reaction Force teams. All of these armories require solutions that are secure, incredibly efficient, with fast access. When you consider firearm storage in your home and home defense and safety, your needs really are the same. So today I want to talk about decentralized storage, or taking your gun collection and storing them in multiple locations. Decentralized storage is the process of breaking up the gun safe and storing guns where it makes sense, where it gives you a tactical advantage. And as it works out, the locations in your home to store firearms to give you a tactical advantage are also some of the most secure locations in your home. So decentralized storage improves both security and your defensive capability. Now I'm going to move quickly with the information. I don't want to take up a lot of your time. You can always watch the video again. If you have questions or comments, please post them. I do read them. I'll answer as many as I can. You can also learn a lot more at our website, SecureItGunStorage.com. So first, let's talk about FBI crime data. When a thief breaks into your home, he's going to hit master bedroom, master bath, home office, dining room, den. He's gone. Typically, and he'll do it in that order. If he believes there's a safe in the home, he may hit the basement as well. So let's talk about storing guns. Now, for the purpose of this, I'm going to talk about my collection. I've got a sizable collection. If you've got a much smaller gun collection, the principles are the same. You're just storing less guns in each location. And I will cover if you just got one or two guns. So master bedroom. Statistically, this is the least secure room in your home. However, you do spend a lot of time there. It's where you sleep. I have one rifle in my master bedroom. It's in a fast box under my bed. No more than that. If your wife also is a shooter, is proficient with firearms, one for each of you. But no more than that. Next room I look at is the kitchen. Kitchen is an extremely secure room in a house. Thieves do not go in the kitchens. They don't waste their time. I've got a pantry in my kitchen. I've got an Agile. I've got a small gun cabinet. I've got 6 rifles there. You can put a smaller cabinet, 1 or 2 rifles, or even a handgun in a fast access safe, in a cupboard, or in a drawer. Next, we're going to move to your front door. Now, most homes, at the front door, you've got a closet. We call ours the front hall closet. It's a really secure location. Thieves ignore closets like this. There's nothing but coats in there. I've got a cabinet in that closet. I've got 6 rifles. Now, if somebody knocks at my door, I go to the door, look through the peephole, and somebody I don't know or I'm not going to let in, but they decide they want to get in anyway, or they're going to try to kick the door in, I'm armed in less than 2 seconds. Now, in these cabinets, I'm storing a part of my collection. So in the gun cabinet in that closet, I've got a Mossberg 500 that's loaded, no round in the chamber though, and I've got an AR-15 that's fully loaded, ready to roll. The other guns in there are part of my collection. It's going to be some lever action, a couple of vintage rifles. They are unloaded. I keep loaded defense guns in these cabinets along with the rest of my collection. Now let's talk about the den. The den, again, is not a secure room in your home. However, it is a place you do spend time. I recommend a small handgun safe, or like a fast box or a small rifle cabinet in a discreet location. The way my bookshelf's set up, I've got a fast box against the wall. It's out of sight. It gives me very fast access to a rifle. Guest bedroom. If you've got a guest bedroom in your home, it's one of the most secure locations in your home. If you set that room up with a made bed, a nightstand with a lamp, a chair in the room maybe, and couple of pieces of generic art on the wall and nothing else. A thief who's running the home, if he opens that door, he's going to glance in there, boom, guest bedroom. He's not going to waste his time. In that closet, I've got an Agile quad system. I've got 24 rifles. It's the bulk of my collection. It's a very secure location. Additionally, in my home, that bedroom is located at the end of a hallway. That becomes a safe room. In the event of a home invasion, we get to that room, we're armed, and anybody that wants to get to us has to come down a hallway, which is a shooting lane, be very difficult. Now my basement, my house is built on a hill, so my basement faces the backyard and opens up to my backyard. It's a place we do spend time. We've got a pool table down there. I've got a small closet, a utility closet with my fuse box. I've got a small cabinet in there with 2 rifles. And I've also got a small shop off of my basement where I do reloading and light gunsmithing. I keep a cabinet there. I've got room for about 8 guns. Typically, I've got anywhere from 2 to 4 in that cabinet. There's always at least one that is loaded, ready to roll. The rest of them are guns that I'm working on. So by decentralizing my gun storage, I've got guns located throughout my home. I'm never more than 3 or 4 seconds away from a firearm. Now, if you've got a much smaller collection of firearms, the principles are the same. You're just using a smaller cabinet and storing just 1 or 2 guns in each location. If you've got just 1 or 2, say you've got just a handgun or a handgun and a shotgun, if you have 2 rifles or 2 guns, I recommend 1 in your master bedroom, 1 in your kitchen. The advantage of a kitchen, it's very secure. We spend a lot of time there. Also, kitchens typically have an exit point to the home, so you're able, in the event of a break-in when you're home, arm yourself and get out of the house. You really want to avoid conflict. If you have just 1, if you've got a handgun, now, if you're going to carry your gun in your home, that's the most secure thing you can do. Most people don't do that. I would never carry I view my home as my safe sanctuary. I'm not going to carry a gun in my home. If you've got just 1 handgun, a fast access small handgun safe located next to your bed, store your gun there. If it's a multiple story home, I'd have a duplicate storage unit in my kitchen. In the morning, I'd bring the gun down and lock it there, or perhaps in a den if you spend a lot of time in a den. But I would move the gun between the 2 locations. You don't want to have your gun way up in a bedroom and you're spending all your time downstairs in the event of a home break-in. But also, all guns need to be locked. If every gun in America was properly locked, properly secured, there'd be a lot of tragedies would be avoided. And when we look at gun storage, our position is guns should be stored out of sight. I'm not a big fan of trigger locks. They're too slow. You also, kids see a gun and it's like a magnet to them. So all the storage that we provide is locked out of sight. But just because it's locked out of sight doesn't mean you don't have fast access. So I've talked about decentralized storage and how it gives you better defensive capability. Let's talk a little more about security. I want to talk about gun safes. The traditional way in America that you store guns, if you've got a collection, is a big, heavy gun safe, something you'd pick up at Bass Pro or Dick's Sporting Goods or order one online. And it is believed that that is the best way to store firearms, but I want you guys to think about this. Gun safes were designed in the 1960s, 1970s, and since then there's been no real changes. The only real changes or advances has been in interior materials, some of the carpeting, some of the leather, lighting, and some of the locking. But the actual construction of the gun safe is the same. They are 1/16 to 1/8 inch steel. There's a few that are made with heavier plate steel. Carpeting, drywall, and a door. On the side of your safe, on the door, is a sticker. It says RSC, UL RSC. Almost every gun safe sold in America is UL Class RSC. That stands for Residential Security Container. And that UL classification was created in the early 70s for gun safes. And that certification, what it states, is that that unit will block access for 5 minutes from a thief, from one person with a hammer of less than 5 pounds, a pry bar of less than 18 inches, and a small hand drill. Now, I want you to think about that. That is a 1960s threat. A thief with a hammer, a small pry bar, and a drill. Nowadays, I'm going to pull these out. We have modern power tools. Now this is a 20-volt DeWalt worm drive. This is my old skill saw. I got this probably in the late 90s. But what I've got in it, this is a steel cutting carbide blade. I've got one in each of these. These blades are designed for job sites, for construction, to cut rebar up to 1/2 inch thick. And they cut through gun safes like butter. On our YouTube channel, there's a video of me cutting. I've got a Liberty Fat Boy Jr. and then one other safe. I cut the Liberty completely in half in 1:18 seconds. I cut a 12-inch by 12-inch hole in the side in 18 seconds. What we're demonstrating is this idea that these big, old, heavy safes, this design is somehow secure is truly a myth. These saws cut through that metal literally like butter. They go through it like it's wood. And even if you're going to thicker steel, you go to a 1/4-inch plate safe, it's going to be a safe so heavy that probably you're not going to put it on a wood floor. You probably wouldn't be able to get it up or down wood stairs. They weigh so much. But going to 1/4-inch plate, these saws still go right through it. It slows you down. It goes from 1 minute 18 seconds to about 3 or 4 minutes to cut it in half. It's not that big of a difference. So the idea that this big gun safe is secure, that is something that was true in 1969, 1970, but not today. And when I look at the brochures on some of the safe companies have, where they show this great big beautiful safe in a den next to a fireplace and a pool table, beautiful lettering on it, they're selling it as this piece of pride, as like, American heritage, the pride of ownership. This is crazy. This is security. You're talking about a safe. Why would you put a safe in the middle of a room and advertise, hey guys, this is where all my stuff is? Decentralized storage is the process of storing all your guns in areas where thieves can't find them, because a professional thief coming in with this is an old tool, or this is a very modern tool, cuts through these safes extremely quickly, and they're going to have access to your guns. Now, if all your guns are in one big safe, thief breaks in within a couple of minutes, one and done. He's got all your guns. You've lost everything. Now I want to talk about a thief breaking into your home, and you're not home, and he knows it. And he's got all day. So he's going to run your house much slower and spend his time going through it more meticulously. Eventually, he's going to find, if you decentralize your storage, he will find a cabinet. And given time, he's going to open it. Now, if you're using SecureIt cabinets, our cabinets are all shallow. They're designed to fit into discrete locations. They're not more secure than like a Liberty or a Stack-On or a Canon safe. They're about the same. With these saws, you are going to get these things open. However, when you decentralize storage, when a thief he finds one cabinet, he's going to get it open eventually, and you're going to lose those guns, and that stinks. But once a thief has found something of value, they typically leave, because now they're at risk. Now they found what they were looking for. Any more time in that home is putting them at greater risk, so they leave. So you come home, yes, your house was robbed, you lost 3 or 4 guns. What you didn't lose was your whole gun collection. Now, having a security system in your home can mitigate that, and I recommend everybody should have a monitored security system in your home so somebody can't spend the time. But if they get past that system, decentralizing minimizes the risk of losing all your guns. You might lose 1 or 2. So I've talked about home defense, we've talked about security. I'm going to talk briefly about fire and fire ratings. Now, I've got a video coming out, I believe I'm going to shoot it next week, that goes in depth on fire ratings and fire protection. The quick nuts and bolts in this is fire ratings on gun safes really is nonsense. Gun safes do not survive really hot fires. However, the odds of your home burning to the ground in a hot fire is so rare, so remote, simply by insurance. So let's talk about a little bit though, from a decentralized standpoint. When you decentralize your gun storage, you store guns throughout your home, you are getting a little bit better fire protection. Let me explain. First off, the odds of your home having a fire are extremely rare. If you do have a fire, about 90%, I believe, of all home fires occur in the kitchen, and the fire is contained within a pot or within the oven. Fire data is collected through the insurance industry by fire claims. The bulk of all fire claims are smoke-related, not heat-related. So when you look at heat-related damage or a true open fire in a home, once you're outside of the kitchen, the next cause of fire is usually carelessness, a cigarette butt into a trash can or a candle left burning that tips over. When you look at those claims, the bulk of those claims are a fire in a room that's contained within that room, and the heat burns part of a wall. If it's a 2-story house, the heat might get up to the 2nd floor, but it's rare. If it's a single-story home, it's typically a corner of a room, and that's about it. With decentralized storage, worst case scenario, if you had a fire start right next to a closet with some guns in it, you might lose 1 or 2 guns. but you're not going to lose your collection. If you've got a big safe with everything in it and you've got a hot fire in that room, those guns are gone. And again, if you talk to firefighters or a fire chief that's involved and been at a fully involved fire where there's a gun safe and ask them if the gun survived, they don't. When you look at the fires in California several years ago that burned out of control, there were several articles published talking about the loss of some considerable gun collections. I mean, all the guns were burned. None of the safes survived. They really can't survive these fires. I'm going to go much more in depth on fire prevention and the whole fire rating system with gun safes in a future video. I've covered a lot of information quickly. If you've got questions, please post them. I do read them. I'll answer as many as I can. Please like and share the video. Share it with your friends. This is good information that will make people safer and better prepared. Thank you.